So the recording has begun, and once again, I'm very welcome to have you in this informational webinar about the online seminar for scientists in exile, in displaced researchers, for their professional integration in Europe that ABG, Association Bernard Grégory, with help of Euraxess, will create specifically for this type of researchers and propose you in few months. So this project also is a part of Science for Refugees initiative. And myself, I'm Ms BERKUT. I work as International Cooperation Manager at Association Bernard Grégory. I'm already losing my voice. Myself, I'm a PhD holder in intercultural management, so also been for more than 4 years a career advisor. So that's why the idea is, of course, to explain the project to you. So at the same time, we suggested the participation of Euraxess advisors to understand better the outcomes, the goals and outcomes of this project, and how you can also promote this event with your researchers. And at the same time, this informational webinar is also directly open to researchers, the ones who are doubting whether it's the right place, the right seminar to subscribe to participate later on or not. So it's really doesn't matter who you are. You're very welcome to this. Also, by the way, just for me, there's no obligation. If you can write in the chat box whether you're a Euraxess professional advisor or if you're a researcher interested in this project, in this seminar. All right, so I mentioned ABG, who we are, why we're doing this. So we're a French non-profit association. We've been created more than 44 years ago with the main idea to help researchers, doesn't matter the field and or seniority, to make the transition from academia to the non-academic sector, whether it's industry or public sector, but non-research positions. What we do today is that we have 3 professions. We do trainings for researchers and researchers, it's really started even with students and then PhD candidates, postdocs, and more senior researchers as well on the career development. So it could be from the very beginning, just the exploration of the job market in one particular country, and then really practical elements in how to build a business CV, how to went successfully through the job interviews, and so on. So even if we're a French association based in Paris, we're active internationally. So it's also been about 15 years that we collaborate and work in almost all European countries, and then even outside of Europe, North America, United States and Canada as well. So since we're really working with all PhDs, one of our missions and main activities is also to promote the job positions. So on our website, we have job board, and we also collaborate with this directly with Euraxess. So each job offer could be found also on the Euraxess portal, the Euraxess jobs. And so initially we're collecting thesis topics, internships, and then of course jobs, whether it's still postdoc, industrial or academic ones, and also jobs with different types of structures, companies, and so on. We do different events around the doctorate, the same on national and international level. We invite recruiters and PhDs now working outside of academia to provide some advice and insights, also for the new generation of researchers. And then all of this information could be found on our website when we publish articles on the same topics, some advice, career advice, and also have the international mobility guide, when we also trying to collect different information about all countries that could exist. So the same, either you can use this space, you're looking for some information, I don't know, in Tunisia, in Japan. So we have some information on fellowships, on the job market situation in one particular country, and some also career advice coming from people who are working in this country or who've been to these countries for some period of time during their mobility project. And the same on the other side, if you have some information that could be of interest for a larger audience of researchers, we can publish this information on our website and then share this through our newsletters, the same available for international audience and for national. But also, of course, Euraxess Career Development Center. So our main mission is really the career development, where we're less useful for visa matters, for example. And it's been also a few years that we're working with French national program hosting researchers in exile called POS. So within this framework, we're accompanying researchers who are based here, came to France, and also trying to get settled and have a permanent position within academia or outside of academia. And of course, our participation is also to provide some options what can be also possible outside of academia. That's why in the very core of our mission, we decided to propose this seminar for scientists in exile within Euraxess framework. So the goals will be, of course, as our main mission, to explore the non-academic career opportunities in Europe with some selection of countries. And also, of course, to start with creation of well-defined career plan based on researcher skills. So it's really to go deeply into what I wish to do, and not only what I can do in some context. The goal will be also to build a professional network, because there will be selection of sort of small group of researchers. So with the idea to share their respective experience within different countries. And then within the framework of this seminar, there will be also the roundtable, when we're planning to invite PhD holders and recruiters from some selection of European countries, providing the same advice how to be successful in the job search outside academia. So the format of this seminar will be online via Zoom. So there will be also groups, some subdivisions during these 3.5 days. In the parallel idea is really to create the community. So we're planning to use a Slack platform. So it's not just like trainers delivering some information to participants and then doing some group exercise. The idea is that each participant can anytime send a message to the peers, to us, and ask them some particular question, and also create a space where we're planning to share some information, some additional sources, and participants can also do so. So really the idea is to, even if it's online, to create very interactive space to work together. Once again, so do not hesitate to write in the chat whether you're Euraxess professional or researcher. So just for me to know how to build my discourse. More concretely, so we saw that the planned day, it will be in May, from May 19th to May 22nd. So it's just 3.5 days. And the seminar will be open to all researchers, doesn't matter the field, and the regional nationalities who are now hosted by any European Union countries and hosted by any also research institution or university. At the same time, so the idea is to propose mostly adapted information to postdocs, but according to the selected group, if you're in a position, or if researchers from your center, they are more senior positions, they can also apply, and we will adapt the content and with some examples, or also for possibilities for more experienced researchers. And the same PhD candidates in the final year can be also apply to participate. So of course the audience for participants, the eligibility is very large. Then if right now researchers don't have a research contract with your institution, but maybe they're just, their contract just finished, they can be also be eligible to apply. So let's say in your country, in your center, there's no more, the contract has ended. For us, such candidates are still be eligible to pay to be a part of this project. And then, so the seminar will be held in English. All exchanges will be also in English. And I really would like to highlight that it's not, well, today it's just informational webinar, and of course it will be less of interaction. It's just me sharing information, details about the project. But the seminar itself it should be very interactive. So it's not just trainers who will provide some information and support afterwards. So there will be a lot of exercises, a lot of small group work. So participants, of course, they have to be able to communicate freely in English, and not to either to limit themselves and their level of participations, and also the colleagues. So of course the good level of English will be important. I'm checking what's on the chat. So the goal, the questions from MK: do you really think you can achieve your goal? Because it's impossible for me to find a right job in France by being a non-European origin with strange name, which is not French, even if I have a wonderful background in a PhD of UK. So I do believe that it is possible for profiles like yours to find a job in any European EU countries. Then the goal of this seminar is not, unfortunately, not to provide the concrete job, but to provide tools. So, and I strongly believe that the tools that we will provide during this 3.5 days, they will help you to find a job, and will provide you also some tools, and 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 also some too some examples and some practices when you will, first of all, be convinced by yourself, and then, of course, to know how to convince recruiters, whether it is in France or elsewhere. But yeah, if there's already a French nationality, that's even better. So, of course, we will also discuss these elements of being a foreigner and apply in any European country, and especially in the cases where our participants, researchers, are not European citizens. So, like, we will not help with the concrete application administrative aspects, but really how you can promote yourself and do not limit your possibilities to just the status of your visa and permit of residence and so on. There's also the question how you can contact me with ABG. At the end of the presentation, I will share also my contact, my email. So if afterwards you will have some more concrete questions, of course, anytime any of you can ask me these questions. Then about the program of the seminar. So already mentioned 3.5 day of interactive workshop held in English with content that will be tailored to participants' profiles. So it covers essential topics from exploring the job market. And for now, we, with our colleagues, decided to focus on 4 countries: France, Germany, the Netherlands, and the UK. Even if the UK it's not the EU country anymore, but we know that for a lot of researchers, it's still a very attractive destination. And then, of course, during this selection, there will be a question for all applicants. Just please specify us the countries that you're interested in. So from our point of view, we're really open to adapt our content and also to add some information about more countries or about other countries if it's more of interest for selected participants. So really, like, for now, this selection of these 4 countries, but to be refined later on. We're going to work on developing career plans, networking and marketing skills, and also how to promote research experience. So not to abandon what researchers, and according to your comments, some of you are researchers, so how you can not just to hide your research experience, but really to translate also for the non-academic sector. So there will be the collective part of the workshops, then hands-on application of tools, so the practice, the exercises, and peer exchanges in different moments as well. And as I already mentioned, so the second day, the third day, on the first day, there will be just a half of day when we will also discuss the intercultural aspect of professional integration in European countries. So that's why I mentioned in the beginning that this is my specialization. So we will also discuss these elements as well. And on the day 3, there will be panel discussion. So this networking opportunities with company representatives when they will, so up to maybe 5, 6 different speakers now working in different types of companies in different countries. And so there will be a round table that we will moderate. And then, of course, each participant can ask questions. And this part, so if later on you or your colleagues, your friends will decide not to attend the whole seminar, but you're just interested in this panel discussion. So the panel discussion will be open to a larger audience. So it will be mostly as a webinar part with, of course, opportunity to ask questions. All right, the same in the chat. I see the comment from MK about the nationality. So the nationality didn't work either. I was helped by Epic to apply to the right job, which I can do so well. Just now be called for an interview. Now I gave up as I believe the talent does not match in France. It does matter, the talent. And then sometimes it's very, the cultural aspects could be very important. So for example, if you're applying in France, so MK, since your example is coming from France, for a position when like the applicants, the candidates should speak French, and automatically like the whole application should be tailored to the French context. You cannot apply, for example, in English with a CV that is academic or with a CV that is not adapted to a French context. And it will be also the case for many other countries. So of course, if like right now, I'm not able to provide you the concrete examples, but probably during this seminar, we can also discuss and to see in your case, in similar cases, what is the problem and whether it is linked to some limits and some absence of the openness of some recruiters, or it's just that the application isn't exactly what is expected from some particular recruiters, right? So today, unfortunately, I'm not able to really to go deeper than this, but the seminar can provide some elements to help you understand better what is expected from researchers in non-academic sector. How it works, so how you can submit your applications or how you can tell your researchers to do so. So first of all, the participation is free, but what will be very important is that there will be just 24 places. So just really to provide this interactive atmosphere. So we cannot take more than 24 participants, and it's really, if you're a researcher, you will apply, so make sure, so we have few months to go before the seminar. Please check whether you can attend the 4 days, so check your schedule before applying, so to ensure that you can attend the entire seminar. So first of all, because little by little, there will be some tools that will help you to have the greater overview of how to apply for jobs. And then if at some point when we'll do some exercises and we're missing people, let's say we created some exercises for 20 people, 24, and then there's just 10 of you, so maybe it will not work as we created the content. So really the participation is full the whole day. And as we saw previously, as you saw on the program, so it's Brussels Parisian time, but we try to adapt to see whether so people from the Eastern Europe and Western Europe can also attend. So the rhythm is still more and less plausible, even if it's 4 days online. We know that it's sort of tough. So Once you're sure that you're available for participation, what will be needed is to send us the registration form. The registration form you can find either, so the same in this space when you find information about this webinar, in the ABG article or on the Euraxess portal article about this seminar. So download the registration form, fill out and send it with your CV in English and here CV. So for now, if you have just your academic CV, you can send it as it is. If you already have a business CV, it is even better. But if not, it's okay. And well, ideally, it should be in English. And then we're also asking to provide us some of your motivations and expectations. So either you can do it in more official way in some document, but really, so one paragraph, but good paragraph, so about 500 words or 600 something like this. But why you would like to participate, why it's important, what you believe that the seminar can bring something useful in your situation, and then also to specify like the scope of opportunities that you are interested in, at least countries. So up to 3, you can specify some countries in Europe that you're particularly interested in, and you would like to discuss. You would like to discuss with us, and so we can provide some information about it. So with these 3 elements, you can send this your application to the email that is present on this slide, and then well, afterwards I will show you the calendar. It will be possible to later on you will receive whether you are selected or not. I'm checking the chat box. All right, so about can anyone participate in your seminar? So anyone, yes and no. Since it is really, well, the content will be particularly shaped to researchers that were forced to be displaced in another country. So it will be #1 selection. So if you don't have this particular status of displaced researchers, so you will not be eligible for this seminar, because, well, the priority is given to this particular audience. But then doesn't matter your field, your research institution, the seniority and so on. In this case, you can participate as well. So it will be just if the main selection of being a researcher in Exile, displaced researcher, if you're in this case, then yes, you can participate. And I see that well, the link also, thank you for sharing the link. Yeah, wonderful for the application. So yeah, from this link you can share, you can apply, you can find more detailed information and about the application and the dates. So the applications are open. You can already submit these 3 elements in your folder, and the deadline is December 15. So for now, you still have time for the application, but really make sure that all elements are inside of it. And about the motivation, so please write us a little bit more than just 2 sentences of your motivation. So it could be really about from 5 to 10 good lines when you explain us your motivations and also your expectations. And then, so of course, between mid-December and the very beginning of January. It is holiday time, so that's why the final selection will be done by the end of January, just to be sure that, well, anyway, all people, majority of people will be on holiday, so it will be not that possible from us at ABG to provide you the answer prior to this date. And well, I hope that you will also will enjoy the holiday time by the end of the year. But as you can see, the rhythm is good, so you have enough of time to prepare your application. There, about in the application, we really will pay attention to your motivations, to the emergency of your case, and not all about the first application, like the first applied, the first selected. No, so it will be really quality selection. And then the workshop in May. After the workshop, so of course all materials you'll receive. Then what is also, once you're a part of the seminar, and later on when you will apply all tools and advice that we will suggest during this seminar, you can also come back to trainers. And if you're blocked somewhere, if you are not able to advance your career plan, and if it's not working, of course we will not abandon you. You can write us, and we will see together what and why it doesn't work, if there's a need. So, and for this there's no time limitation. Well, time limitation will be in your interests. And then there will be, of course, the video from the round table, so you can watch the replay, and then there will be some highlights articles. So once again, even if finally you will see that you will not be able to attend the whole seminar, there will be not all information available, but some part of information, some outcomes, they will be available for more, for a larger audience about the summer after the seminar. So yeah, you have already some elements. This is the QR code to, well, to the both articles I already mentioned. So either the information on the seminar on ABG website or on the Euraxess. So it's the same content. Doesn't matter when from where you read the information, but there you can download the registration form and find more detailed information about call for application. So you can, the time that you can scan this QR code, if, so my question to you, like the presentation, like it is for today, it was really the idea to explain what will be proposed for researchers in May. And then, so it's the question time. If you have more questions, really do not hesitate to rather either write it in the chat box or just ask your questions directly. If you need my email, so this is my email. I will leave some time to take a picture of it or a screenshot, and then I will also write down it in the chat box as well. But I'm really happy to see that there's some people that are already applied. It's wonderful. So this is my email, and then also maybe to share with you So what happens after the seminar? After the seminar, so once again, it will be up to you to apply all tools we will share with you. So there's hopefully you will better select job offers. You will be know exactly how to apply for some particular job offers. And then in the case if after some of your applications, if it doesn't work, so you can come back to ABG trainers and to ask for additional advice if needed. If not, so uh, you're free to either ask us for help or not to ask. So after the seminar, what you will have is the support, different tools, and then of course it will be not us guiding you step by step in your career development, but hopefully you will be independent enough in these steps. And after the seminar, as I mentioned, so will be some outcomes shared, the article, the round table, and then the idea is also to request one of the participants to provide some anonymous interview, providing some more detailed feedback, whether it was useful or useless. So there could be also some interview sharing with us career advisors, whether it worked or not. And the idea will be also to share some particular needs. So the questions, potential questions that will be asked, like what are the needs of researchers, of foreign researchers in the European countries, and what are expectations, what the difficulties, and so on, and then to see whether the seminar was useful or not. So basically, these are things that will happen after the seminar. I hope it answers your question. Welcome. So let me know if you have more questions. The time that I'm looking for the article to share with you. So here's the link to the article on our website. All right, well, then I will stop sharing the screen. I will probably also stop the recording as well.